Okay, Emily.
Woody, what's your level of concern at this point with your team?
Health-wise, a little bit. Obviously, with Willie going down, that hurts us. It's a tough one, man. Like we fought our butt off tonight, and Montero gave it everything he had. Try to pitch 2 innings right there to get us a win, and things we're not just getting the breaks. Like Joey had a really good at bat against their lefty right there, came up about 2 feet short, and I got to give him credit. They fought Monty pretty hard right there. Monty was making some pretty tough pitches, and Tatis had some really good foul balls. Just to hold it bat, and Machado did the same thing. So they kind of wore him down, and credit to Montero for not giving in. And, he wasn't going to walk him right there, and he challenged him, and Machado got him.
Offensively, Lance hasn't gotten a tremendous amount of run support, throughout the season. Not that that's different from, a lot of other guys, but do you sense him not trying to do too much, but wanting to be, to throw 9 every, shutout innings every time out?
Yeah, I think when he takes them out, he expects to do well. He expects to, kind of give us a start that, I think he goes into the game thinking he's going to go 9 scoreless. Like that's his mentality. He wants to win the game for us. He doesn't want to come out. And, whether he's got 110 pitches or 120 pitches, he wants to stay in there all the time. But he's just a warrior. That's what he does. So when it's time for him to get out there, he knows, but at the same time, like he expects to win the game. I mean, that's his mentality when he goes in there. We can't ask for much more from Lance right now. He was allowed to give up a couple runs. I think it's our job to kind of obviously give him some run support. And our guys are fighting. It's not like they're not fighting. Like I think they feel bad at times when they're not giving him run support because they see how much he's given out there on a start-by-start basis.
You've talked about, the offense not necessarily being so results oriented, but follow the, the processes and the approaches and all that kind of stuff. At this point, when you're seeing the widespread struggles, how do you, it's not like you've got 1 or 2 guys struggling where you can say, we're going to sit them and then let them unplug and figure it out when they're so widespread.
Yeah, it's tough. It's not easy. Everything always looks bad when you're not hitting everything. I will say, even though we're struggling, you can still see the energy and in the dugout, everybody's upbeat. It's just there's not a lot, not a lot of base runners and not a lot of opportunities. So I don't know what the answer is, to be honest with you. Like we got to keep fighting. I know that. We got to keep trying. We got to keep going out and competing. We can't give in. I know we have 37 games left, and we're going to fight for each one of them like we did tonight. We came up a little short tonight, but that was a battle, and that's what I expect every night from our guys.
That's it for me. Thanks, Woody.
Other questions? Sam.
I know you just kind of mentioned Willie there a little bit, but did you get a chance to talk to him? Do you know a little bit more other than just kind of like strained left hamstring?
No, we don't know more than that. The doctor's kind of looking at him right now. Probably getting an MRI tomorrow. It doesn't look great, to be honest with you. It looks like a pretty good pull. I don't know what the severity of it is, but I'm guessing it'll probably be a DL.
And then Danny, obviously, Danny was kind of right before that. Just the position, obviously, that put you guys in, in the bottom of the 10th. Just your thoughts on the way he handled that.
I don't think he's really said much, and that was kind of what I told the umpire. It didn't seem like, he said he gave him a couple warnings, and it didn't seem like Danny, was throwing anything around or doing anything egregious. It just, he said he warned him a couple of times his last at bat, and that was that. So, yeah, I mean, it put us in a tough spot, but listen, Danny didn't think those were strikes. I didn't get a chance to go back and look, but, he's making an argument, and fortunately in that game, that was obviously a big at bat for us.
TR.
Chris, did you have any desire to hold off using Montero and save him for a safe situation, or did you feel like you needed to pull the trigger there in the 9th?
Yeah, obviously we discussed that. I think it's, in this scenario, we're 10-12. We need to kind of win a game, and I would hate to, not that I don't trust the other guys down in the bullpen, but I'd hate to have my best pitcher not pitch. So, I mean, that was kind of the thinking behind it. We'll figure it out when we get to the 10th, if we can keep them from scoring in the 9th. Obviously Montero was fine with it. And, I wasn't going to take him back out there if we hadn't scored in the 10th. But we got, Willie got the infield single or, whatever they ruled that. But, once that happened, then we allowed Montero to go back out.
The other thing I'm curious about is Ref Snyder for Chu. What was your feeling there? I know the left on left thing is a factor. Is that pretty much?
Yeah, you know what? I do trust Chu against lefties, and that was a tough one. I think just from the sidearm, I just felt like it was a better matchup for a right-handed hitter. It's an easier sight line. It's a tough bat for a lefty. I know that. Joey almost hit a grand slam off him, but at the same time, I trust Chu against lefties. I've actually started him. I played him recently against him. He's swinging the bat good. It was a tough decision on my part, but I felt like the right-handed hitter with the sidearm lefty was a better matchup.
What else, Chris?
Just to follow up, was there no thought, or was there any thought about putting Hernandez out for the 9th?
No, because he was going on back-to-back. I didn't want to, use him multiple innings today. He was just strictly one.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Levi?
Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of decisions that you had to make in about a 1 inning span. We've covered Montero, Hernandez, Ref Snyder. The last one, I think, was first base in the 10th inning. I was not able to find anywhere where Trevino had played first base. How did that conversation go, and how was that decision arrived?
It was either put him at first base or take out the DH. So
Right.
we, I asked Trevino. He's told me before. I've seen him take ground balls in spring training, and he's played shortstop actually. I think in high school and college. I've seen him take ground balls at third. He's got really good hands as an infielder. I know he's a catcher, but I trusted him over there, and I just wanted to make sure he was comfortable with it. And when he said, heck yeah, I'll use a different word than that, but he said he was fine with it, and it was enough for me.
Okay, right on. Thank you.
Alex, last one.
Woody, was the original intent to have Willie face the lefty hill with a side armor, or did the Santana ejection change that plan?
The Santana ejection made it. I had to at that point once he got ejected, but I was considering Heineman maybe, depending on Willie's comfort level with that guy. But Willie was, he felt pretty good today, and he had already faced the lefty, so he felt pretty good about it. And at that point, I was going to let Willie do it.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Woody. We'll bring Lance Lynn in next.
All right. Thanks, guys.